As promised, Bournemouth against Liverpool on Sunday. Now, he wasn't going to play anyway because he's away with his country, Egypt, drawing with Ghana on Thursday. But Mohamed Salah has picked up an injury. Jurgen Klopp says he spoke to him last night, but no one seems to be quite sure yet as to the severity of a potential hamstring for Mohamed Salah. Here's Jurgen Klopp to tell us more.
We don't know anything about him. I spoke last night with him and how it is with his injuries. We need further assessment. That's what they are doing now. And then we will know more. Of course, it was in that moment a shock. Oh my God. What's it? Couldn't see that it was like hit by something like this high intense and then going down. You have these kind of hamstring injuries different way, but he still felt it. And we all know how rarely Mo goes off or needs to go off. And so there's definitely something, and we will see. But I have not more information right now.
Stevie, it's difficult for Jurgen Klopp. He doesn't know much. I read an article suggesting that Liverpool might send out a couple of their doctors to take a look at the severity of it. What were your initial thoughts when you heard that, or when you saw that Mohamed Salah had been hurt playing for Egypt?
Well, I guess it's the ultimate nightmare for everybody. Fans, Klopp, anybody connected with the club, that your main man basically has a problem, and I'm not sure whether it's worth knowing what the problem is or not, because when you're not sure of what something is, and if they have MRIs, which they will, and everything else, and they're not 100%, and he goes out and tries, because that's ultimately what will end up happening. If they don't find in it, and they might put it down to just something or nothing, and he ends up stepping on the field and then does some real damage. That's the biggest worry. So that's what I'm thinking about right now. Can we just get to the root of the problem? And there's no question, Liverpool's medical staff will be in contact 24/7 with the Egyptian medical staff, and I wouldn't be surprised if somebody didn't go out just to not stick their nose in, but just to be there and see what's going on and make sure that everything that should be done is being done, because there's no question. I mean, Mo Salah right now is the Liverpool's crown jewels. You know, without Mo Salah, I don't think Liverpool wins the Premier League. So that's how important it is.
Ryan, Liverpool is your team, and on Sunday they go to Bournemouth, a Bournemouth team that hasn't lost at home in the Premier League since October. Liverpool without Salah, without Trent Alexander-Arnold. How big a hurdle is this for them?
Yeah, it's Bournemouth are the most improved team in the league since the start of the season. Since January, since December, they're one of like the top 4 teams in the league by any sort of metric you look at. And, you know, it's a big change from the first time these teams played this year, where Liverpool, McAllister was sent off early in the second half, and it still didn't end up being a close game. And I think the interesting thing with Bournemouth is, they have a Spanish manager, Andoni Iraola, and coming to the Premier League, wanted to play a sort of high pressing possession style. And if you look at the numbers over time, Bournemouth has progressively played more and more long balls as the season has gone on. So they've sort of adopted, maybe if you want to call it a stereotypical English style of playing, and they've been a lot more effective. And I think that style has worked pretty well against Liverpool in the past. But yeah, I think Liverpool have enough depth where they can weather a Salah injury or weather an Alexander-Arnold injury, weather a Dominic Szoboszlai injury, but they have injuries to all 3 of those players, their entire right side, which is sort of the strength of the team. So I think Liverpool are favored to win this game, but I think we're right in looking at this as one of probably the trickiest games they're going to play from here on out.
Just on Salah, apparently there's footage of him leaving the stadium smiling, walking, not on crutches or even limping. Now, I know with a hamstring injury it could be anything, but it doesn't sound like a tear. And although Stevie's right, obviously if it's bad, it's a worst case scenario for Liverpool. But actually, this could be brilliant for them, because if it's a minor problem that requires a couple of weeks rest and he can't really play in AFCON anymore, then maybe he sits there for a couple of weeks. He doesn't play. He ticks over training. Maybe he plays 1 or 2 more games there at the most. And then he comes back and he's not quite had the physical exertion that maybe Liverpool thought he would before he goes out. So again, Stevie's right that it really depends on the severity of it. But I think the fact that he's been photographed or filmed leaving the stadium, coming through the mix zone, smiling, walking unaided, walking with without a limp or any kind of major issue. I think the guys there were saying that he's not even had any strapping on it. It sort of suggests that maybe it's not that big a problem. And if that's the case, then actually it could work out pretty well for Liverpool in the long run.
Yeah, a bizarre, cunning plan that wasn't really a plan in the first place that they'll take. Stevie, how worried are you? Exactly. How worried are you about going to Bournemouth for your boys on Sunday?
Again, I don't think worries the right word. It's going to be it's definitely going to be a tricky tie. I mean, you've kind of got two teams who right now are trying to do similar things. Klopp doesn't mind if it's a 70-yard ball from the back. It's a forward ball. If you can see a forward ball, then go and play it. And it seems like that's what Bournemouth are doing. They're not overly trying to have 40 and 50 passes in their own half before they go forward. The message seems to be, look, if there's a ball on, then you play it. So that would make for an open attacking game, which I think would suit Liverpool. Because without Mo Salah, Diaz, Jota, Nunez, Gakpo, they need a little bit more space and time. And if the game's opened up, then that's what you get. Players on the ball will get a little bit more space and a little bit more time, and that will suit Liverpool. So yeah, worry's not the right word. I do have in the back of my mind that Liverpool away from home haven't been totally convincing all season. Yes, they might be sitting at the top of the Premier League, but away from home, they've somehow managed to eke out results as opposed to calmly outplaying the opposition. So yeah, worry's not the right word. I would say they've got to defend. If they defend properly, then I think Liverpool will score goals. Let me put it that way. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good open attacking game, which will suit Liverpool.
They're certainly consistent away from home. They're unbeaten in their last 6. They drew the first 3 and they've won the next 3. So we'll have full coverage, full reaction to that one on ESPN FC on Sunday after the game.